The day has come where even Mac users aren't safe from malware. Over the weekend, Apple customers were targeted by hackers using software known as ransomware. So what is that? Well, ransomware is a type of cyber threat that encrypts data on infected computers, and then hackers usually ask users to pay a ransom to release a key to their files and data. So what would that ransom be? Well, this time, the type of ransomware that was specifically targeting users who downloaded an updated version of Transmission, which is used to transfer. Am I getting in the weeds here? It involves Bitcoin, peer-to-peer file sharing money. Hackers were asking users to pay a single Bitcoin. Now that's worth about $411 to get their computer control back. Does this malware open the door for other hackers to attack more Mac users and maybe iPhone users? How will this impact Apple's fight with the FBI when it comes to hacking into the San Bernardino shooter's iPhone? Joining me now, white hat hacker and TrustedSec CEO David Kennedy. Apple getting it from all sides here. How fixable is this? Should anybody be paying a Bitcoin to any malware operator here just to get their control back?
Depends on whether or not you want your files back. If you have good backups, which we heavily recommend, you don't have to pay it. But if you want to get, maybe photos or things that you would lose from this, the hackers are doing a good job at encrypting this. So, a lot of people do pay the ransom. Companies pay the ransom. We actually just had a hospital pay about $14,000 to get the files back that they had impacted by ransomware. You are kidding. Now, wait a minute. What if I don't even deal in Bitcoin? Then am I not targeted here? Well, no, so that's the problem. So, like, Bitcoins are the way that it's almost like untraceable money, and law enforcement has a very difficult time actually tracing where the actual money goes to. And so, they'll actually give you step-by-step instructions on how you can actually pay for Bitcoins. In fact, sometimes they even have like 1-800 numbers that you can call, and you'll actually get a live person that'll walk you through the steps. It's actually better customer service than like Time Warner, How is this possible, Dave, that we cannot then turn it around and trace back? Police do it every day. Well, the problem is that ransomware is now taking shape as being one of the largest, organized crime / businesses out there, and they're usually in like Eastern Europe or places that may have, lower law enforcement capabilities. And so you actually have these call centers, that have hundreds and hundreds of people working there, and these are full-fledged businesses that are making millions and millions of dollars off of doing this ransomware. I want that job to be on. Hello. Now, I'll help walk you through this. Give us the ransom Bitcoin thing. Well, at least they're usually really polite. They're like, I'm sorry, I know this is illegal, but I still need to take your 2 Bitcoins or $400 or whatever I need to. It's insane. Okay. Well, somebody needs to get on that. I'm sure you're working on it. But let's talk about the pile-on that is happening at Apple, certainly. While it works both ways, we do have at least one Apple software top guy who's put out an op-ed in the Washington Post, and he is fighting back and taking the side that you actually have taken, which is interesting because you yourself have admitted that it's strange for you, having been a military guy, that you feel Apple should not give in to the FBI. But here is what Craig Federighi had written. It's so disappointing that the FBI, Justice Department, and others in law enforcement are pressing us to turn back the clock to a less secure time and less secure technologies. They have suggested that the safeguards of iOS 7 were good enough that we should simply go back to the security standards of 2013. But that security, while cutting edge at the time, has since been breached by hackers. Honestly, March 22nd is the next meeting face-off between the FBI and Apple. What do you think happens? Well, listen, you've seen so much support come out for Apple lately. Even competitors like Microsoft and Facebook and Twitter and everybody else, they've all come to, even the NSA director has said that, we understand technology and this would set, a major precedence, and this is a bad idea to start backdooring technology. The problem is that law enforcement's looking at it from one angle of, I need to get access to data, and Apple's looking at it as this has larger implications. I think ultimately Apple will probably win this battle with law enforcement because it does have a larger precedent that I don't think people are willing to bite the bullet on to lose privacy and security so that law enforcement can get access to these devices. Well, this will play out, and it'll take a long time because the wheels of justice move like molasses. Dave, great to see you again. Thank you so much. You too. Thanks so much.